This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, please respond. Last of the topic.
Wrapper classes.
I think wrapper class is completed, right?
Wrapper classes is completed. Something is left from interfaces, sir, I think.
Interfaces we done. I think even lambda expression also complete, right? After interfaces.
Sir, from
No.
interfaces, I tell you, okay. Serialization process and deserialization process, transient modifier.
That I'll
Yeah,
discuss as one of corrections basically.
okay. And sir, garbage collector is also left.
Then today we'll see is like garbage collector concept. Yeah. Fine.
Yes. And sir, have we
Yeah.
completed the native modifier and volatile?
No. That we'll discuss as a multi-threading concept.
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Today class will go for the garbage collection. This is garbage collection. Yes. Garbage collection means what? The process of removing like useless objects, right? Yeah. The process of removing like useless object. That process is called what? The process of which process here? Garbage collection. Exactly. See guys, after now creating object and we are using an object and we are not destroying that useless object, right? We are creating object and we are using that object, right? Exactly. But the application level, the good practice is we have to create the object, we have to use the object. Once the usage is completed, we have to give that object to the garbage collector, right? We have to give the object to the garbage collector, guys, because the garbage collector will collect the garbage basically. This application level, just only one point, guys. Just we are creating object and we are using the object. Once the usage is completed, give the object to the yes. Once the usage is completed, give the object to what? Garbage collector, right? Like that. Because if you see C language, we are allocated memory using MLR function. The C language memory allocation using MLR function, and memory destruction will be done by this is like C language, guys. The first one is like language. Lang. The first one is like language. The second one is like memory allocation. Okay, memory allocation. Take the memory allocation. Memory allocation is done by MLR function, constructors and what? So C language, the memory allocation done by MLR function. C language, memory allocation done by constructor. And Java language, memory allocation done by which kind object allocation process, right? When we create the object, memory allocated, guys. And C language, when memory destroyed means it is like memory destruction. Yeah, memory destroy. Memory destroy. In C language, memory destroyed by which function, guys? Here, free function, right? Using free function. Yeah, memory destroyed by using which function means free function, right? Okay. And CUV language means what destructors we are using. But in Java, guys, the memory deallocation will take up one component. The component name is called garbage collection, guys. Guess who will take a memory deallocation? The garbage collection, right? Exactly. So what is the responsibility of the garbage collector? Basically, the responsibility of the garbage collector is garbage collector will destroy the it will collect the garbage, guys. Guys, garbage collector will collect the garbage, right? Exactly. So what do you make garbage basically? If you take what do you make garbage means an object without reference is called garbage, guys. Yes, what do you make garbage here? An object without reference is called garbage. Yes, an object without reference is called garbage, guys. Garbage collector main responsibility is what? To collect the garbage, right? To collect the garbage, right? Yeah. See, guys, generally we are saying like garbage collector will destroy the useless object. What is the meaning of useless object? The meaning of useless object is what? The meaning of useless object is like an object without reference, guys. An object without reference is called what? Garbage, basically. Is it clear now? Good. An object without reference is called garbage. The garbage collector will collect that garbage, guys, basically. Good. Garbage collector will collect the garbage, guys. What do you make garbage means what? An object without reference is called what? An object without reference is called garbage, right? Exactly. In application level, guys, the good practice is like create the object, use the object. You create the object and use the object. Once the usage is completed, once the usage is completed, guys, give the object to the garbage collector, right? So no, guys, create the object, use the object. Once the usage is completed, give the object to what? Garbage collector, right? give the object to garbage collector, then garbage collector will destroy that object, right? Guys, once the usage is completed, give the object to garbage collector, then garbage collector will destroy that. Garbage collector will destroy that object or not? Is it clear now? Garbage collector destroy that object, guys. So the question is what, sir? You said like create the object, use the object. Once the usage is completed, give the object to garbage collector. That is fine. Then how to give the object to the garbage collector? Yes, garbage collect. How to give the object to garbage collector means garbage collector required what type of data? Garbage. It means an object without reference. Then you, as a developer, what is your responsibility? You have to make the object without reference, right? Because we have to make the object what? Without reference, right? We have to make the object is what? Without. We have to make the object is what? Without reference, right? Exactly. Because you got the clarity, right? So once the usage is completed, give the object to the garbage collector. Give the object to the garbage collector. How to give the object object to garbage collector means garbage collector required what type of object? Garbage collector required what type of object means garbage collector required the object without reference, right? Garbage collector required the garbage, right? Then we have to give the an object without reference, right? Yes, you have to give the object what without reference, right? Exactly. Yes, how many ways you can give the object to garbage collector means there are four ways. There are four ways to give the object to garbage collector, guys. What are the four ways to give the object to garbage collector? One is like assign an null value to the object. First way is the frequently we use this approach, guys. Once the usage is completed, give the object to what? Once the usage is completed, give the object to garbage collector, right? Yeah. Assign the null value to the object, guys. Once usage is completed, just assign the null value to that object, right? Once you assign null value to the object means what? This t is pointing to null, right? If the t is pointing to null means, yes, the meaning of t equal null means what? Then t is pointing to null object, null value, empty value. Then this object contains any reference now? If this object contains any reference here, there is no reference, right? Because now t is pointing to object, t is point null, t is point null, right? If t is point null, then this object has no reference. Then this object is eligible to garbage collector, right? This object is eligible to garbage collector, guys. The question is what? Assign null value to the object, right? Once if you assign the null value to object, then your object is pointing to null. So, so the main object don't have any reference. Then this object is eligible to garbage collector, guys. The second approach is nameless object. Yes, new test means once this line is completed. Yes, once this line is completed, this object contains any reference here. There is no reference, right? Then this object is automatically eligible to garbage collector, guys. Yes, once this line is completed, then this object is eligible to. This object is eligible to GC, right? Exactly. Good. So next one is reassigning reference variable, guys. Reassigning reference variable means what? Initially str1 is pointing to Ratan. Next one is str2 is pointing to 1. Yes, str1 is pointing to Ratan and str2 is pointing to 1, right? Then I'm making str1 equal to str2. str1 equal to str2 means what? Here str1 is pointing to, yes, str1 is pointing to what? str1 is pointing to str2, right? Exactly. This if str1 is pointing to str2 means what? Now str2, str1 both are pointed on an object, right? Now Ratana object contains any references here? Any reference here? Yes, it Ratana object contains any reference? There is no reference, right? Exactly. If Ratana object, if there is no reference here, yes, Ratana object, if there is no reference here, then this object is eligible to garbage collector, right? Exactly, guys. So just you are making like, an object without reference. That's it, guys. Good. The fourth case you can see, guys. Once we create the object inside the method, yes, once we create the object inside the guys, once we create the object inside the method, once we create once we create the object inside the method, once the method is completed, once we create the object inside the inside the method, right? Once the method is completed, guys, once the method is completed, this object is eligible to garbage collector, guys. As once we create the object inside the method, once the method is completed, that object is eligible to garbage collector, right? Yes, once the method is completed, that object is eligible to garbage collect, right? Exactly. Once the method is completed, how it is eligible to garbage collector means observe carefully, guys. Test T equal new test is object creation. In this test T equal new test is object creation. Yeah, guys. So once the method is complete, this object is eligible to garbage collector, right? Once the method is completed, how it is eligible to garbage collector means test T equal new test means test T is a reference variable, guys, which is stored in the stack memory. Yes, test T is what reference variable which is stored in the stack memory. New test is object which is stored in the heap memory. Yes, new test is what? New test is object which is stored in what? New test is object which is stored in the heap memory, right? Exactly. Because once the method is completed, and what happened, test T is a local variable, right? Local variable is stored in which memory? Stack memory, right? Once the method is completed, then this variable is destroyed, guys. Once this variable is destroyed, then this object contains any reference now? Guys, once the method is completed, then what happened here? Once the method is complete, this variable is destroyed, right? This variable is destroyed means this object contains any reference now? There is no reference, right? That's what is eligible to garbage collector, guys. Is a repeat now? Because only the thing is garbage collector will collect the garbage. What do you mean by garbage? An object without reference is called garbage. Then what is the developer responsibility? We have to give your data to the garbage collector. Then garbage will destroy the object. How to give the data to the garbage collector means what? Just making the object without reference, right? Just making the object without reference, right? Exactly. This total how many ways are there to give the object to garbage collector means total 4 ways are there. What are the 4 ways here? One is like assign null value to the object. Next one is a nameless object. So third one is reassigning reference variable to other object. Then this object is eligible to garbage collector, right? Yeah. Fourth one is what once we create the object inside the method, once the method is completed, when what happened, guys? Local variable test T is a local data, right? Which is stored in the stack memory. This local variable is destroyed. Once this local variable is destroyed, then this object contains any reference here. There is no reference, right? If there is no reference means what is eligible to garbage collector, right? Exactly. Okay, it's all about the variable referencing. So you have to understand the points bit, carefully. Has any questions, please, regarding these 4 points? What is the
I mean,
responsibility of garbage collector?
sir, I think only once the scope is completed, then the variable or object is eligible for this garbage collection, right?
Exactly.
Be it
Scope in
main
the
method, be
company.
it local method.
Mm-hmm. See, basically, if the method contains like huge lines of code, multiple lines of code, then in the middle
Hmm.
itself, it is always completely just assign the null value to that object, right? Even though once it is done, the processing is done, it's the best practice to give that object to garbage collector.
I mean, to do it manually or let the system do it
Right? No,
automatically.
your responsibility is what once the usage is completed, make the object without reference. How can you make the object without reference? To make the object without reference, just as a null value, right?
No, sir. See, the 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 fourth method is like when the method is completed, then it will itself do it.
Hmm. Itself is do it means not itself actually. Once the method is completed, then what happened? Tell me. Method is completed means local data will be removed, right? Which is then the
Yes,
stack memory. Local data
exactly.
means test T is a local data, right?
Mm-hmm.
Test T is a local data means which is removed automatically, right? Once it is removed, means what this object is eligible to automatically garbage collector, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. That is the
So,
process.
so exactly, sir. So my point here is like main method is responsible to execute all the things. Okay, we have n number of classes, but all these classes are managed by the main method. Now,
Exactly.
when we are creating the objects in the main method and using those objects, once our main method is completed, means that our complete program execution is completed.
Mm-hmm.
Whole, right? So at the end of the completion of the main method, whatsoever objects we have created so far, so these will be destroyed by the garbage collector itself. So we are not
Exactly.
doing
Automatically.
anything in this. Exactly.
Hmm.
So my or what automatically I mean is this point, sir. So here the system is doing it own of its own, okay. But
Hmm.
in the above three cases, we are doing it ourselves. If we create a
Ourselves.
nameless object, yeah, if we create a
Hmm.
nameless object, then definitely once our process is done, then it will be destroyed. Now the
Hmm.
second approach is like string. We are doing it manually. Again, we are pointing to anu, both the
Another
string
reference.
str2 and right. So that yes, then a new object will be destroyed
These
in
three
this.
cases, maybe you're saying like these three cases we are doing manually the work, and this case
Yes,
like once it is
exactly,
complete, the work is done automatically, right?
exactly.
Yeah,
This is my
definitely.
case.
So yeah, that is an automatically because test T means what once the memory is completed, stack
Hmm.
memory data is automatically destroyed. Once the stack memory data automatically destroyed means this becomes nameless data is automatically destroyed by garbage collector. So everything is done automatically. Fourth case. Remaining three cases we are doing the manual work. Okay,
Okay, so
good. Guys, as I hope you know, to create the object memory addresses basically. Yeah, guess every object contains memory address, right? Yes, every object contains what memory address or not. If every object contains memory address, then how to get that memory address, guys? To get the memory address, I think we have the two things, guys. One is like hash code method is there. Because actually, to get the memory, getting the memory address, guys, memory address of the object. Basically, to get the memory address of the object, first of all, what hash code is there? Yes, first approach is what the hash code method. T1 dot hash code is there, T2 dot hash code is there. Basically, hash code method returns the data which format, guys, integer format. Yes, a hash code method returns which data, guys, integer format, right? Exactly. So if you run this code, uh, yeah, can compile this code. JavaScript application is called what? Test.java. Just test.java and Java the class is called what? Test class, right? See the output, guys, here. We got the hash code. This is the hash code, right? Two different objects, hash codes are there. Good. And we have like one more method to get the hash memory addresses, guys. What is the one more method means? That is like toString method. And I hope you know this toString method is automatically executed when you print the references, right? Because when you print the references, automatically toString method executed or not. When you print the references, toString method is automatically got executed. It means these two lines and directly printing these two lines, both are all are equal, right? This is or no. These are equal or not. When you print the reference, it automatically calls which method is toString method, right? Exactly. I already told you here which class toString executed, object class toString executed. Object class toString, what it returns? String representation of object, right? Yeah, what Usman, what it will give you then? ToString method,
reference.
textual representation of object, right? I showed
Yes,
predefined implementation also, right?
yes, sir.
We are getting the hash code which format now? Integer format, which format?
Integer.
Hexadecimal.
Exactly. So we got the data which format, guys? Hexadecimal format, right? Exactly. So if you run this code, see the output here. We got it like test at the rate hexadecimal. You know, right? Implementation, right? I shown the implementation in the API
Yes,
documentation.
yes,
Hmm?
sir. You have shown that class name at the rate. Then that's yeah.
Yeah, this is implementation, right? Class name
Mhm.
at the rate get class dot get name at the rate integer data to hexa string hash code, right? Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Hash code means what, guys? When you yeah, this is like toString method. So you can get the memory address of the object total. How many ways? Total two ways you can get the memory address, guys. What are the two ways? One is like toString method. One is like hash code method, right? Exactly. So hash code method returns the yes, hash code returns what the data. Hash code returns written which format? Integer format, right? Hash code returns written like integer format, guys. But a toString method returns written which format? ToString returns written which format? Hexadecimal string format, right? Exactly. I think these two lines both are the same because when you print the reference variable, toString is automatically called. But don't forget this point, guys, regarding toString implementation because toString is very, very important in other examples also. Okay, good, guys. Anyhow, to get the hash code, finally the hash code method is there, right? It's fine. That's first example. And second example, if you see, is once the usage is completed, because first example, just how many ways you can get the memory address. There are two ways. One is like hash code method, another one is like toString method. These two lines and these two lines are both are same. Hash code method returns the memory address in which format? Integer format. ToString method returns the memory address in which format? Class name at the rate hexadecimal format of hash code number, right? Hexadecimal format of what? Hash code number, right? Exactly, guys. That's just printing memory address I'm showing. Okay, good. Yes, next example, if you see this example, what I'm doing is this example I'm doing like I'm creating object, two objects I'm creating. I'm printing memory addresses here. Now T1 equal null, T2 equal null. I'm giving this object to garbage collector, right? Assign null. If you technically speaking, if you observe carefully, here T equal null means what? Now your T1 object is pointing to what? Null, right? Yes, up to this line, what happened? Now T1 is pointing to this object actually. Now T1 equal null means what? Now T1 is pointing to object, T1 is pointing to null.
Null.
T1 is pointing to null, right? If T1 is pointing to null means what? This object is having any reference, any name here? This object having any name? There is no
No.
name, right? That's what that object is eligible to garbage collector. Yes. Don't think like null means what? Pointing to object garbage collector. Don't think like that. I'm repeating again. Initially T1 is pointing to object. Now T1 is reassigned to null. Now it is T1 is pointing to object null. Null. If T1 is pointed to null means this object having a reference now. This object is having no reference, right? This object without reference means what? This object is eligible to garbage collector, right? Okay, this object is eligible to what? Garbage collector, right? Got the clarity? Sir, no.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Test T1 equal new test T2 equal new test, right? Exactly. That is information that is collected. Good, good, good. See, yes, now these two objects eligible to garbage collector. Then what the internally happen? Internally, garbage collector will destroy the useless objects, right? Yes, internally garbage collector will call it garbage. Internal garbage collector will destroy the useless object, right? Exactly, guys. Is it clear now? Then code is compiled fine. Now the class is called test class. Then initially it is pointing to memory addresses are there. Initially T1 and T2 pointing to objects. Now later it is reassigned to nulls. If reassigned to nulls means what? This object there is no references, right? That technical point, if you understood, then you'll understood the garbage collector case. If you understood that point, you'll understood the garbage collector concept. Good. Sir, you said like this two objects eligible to garbage collector. Then garbage collector internally will destroy those objects, guys, because garbage collector internal component, JVM component. Then garbage collector internally will destroy that JVM like useless objects, right? Exactly. Sir, I don't want internal process. See, internally sometimes when the JVM running, internally when the JVM running, it will destroy the objects. Okay, it will destroy the objects. But you don't want internal process, you need immediate process. Is it clear now? Actually, as a developer, up to this one is your responsibility, guys. Internally, garbage collector will destroy the useless objects. But no, sir, I need to call immediately garbage collector now itself. Guys, I want to call now itself. When you want to call the garbage collector now itself, then you can call the method like GC method, guys. That's how to call the garbage collector. To call the garbage collector, we are using GC method. We are calling like GC method means what? GC is a static method, guys. Then how can you call a static method using system class GC? Because as a developer, we never call like this kind of method basically, because rare case will call this, guys, when you require the memory with immediate action actually. Because if we didn't call this one internally, sometime garbage collector is running. But some cases where the memory is important for those guys, then what they will do? They won't call. Then they'll give the time to garbage collector, destroy the useless objects. But some guys, when application running immediately, I need to call the garbage collector some specific time. Then they are calling like system.gs immediately. Then garbage collector immediately come and destroy the some of the useless objects, right? To release the memory frequently, guys. To release the memory frequently. I call system.gc method, guys. Even if I call system.gc method, practically there is no difference here. We got the same values here. But sir, Ratan sir, how we know that garbage collector is destroying objects or not? So if you want to know this garbage collector is destroying these objects or not, we have one point is there. What the point means? Before destroying object, guys, we are calling the garbage collector is fine before destroying the object. Because before destroying what objects, garbage collector will call one method. The method is called finalize method, guys. Public void finalize method actually. Observe carefully. Basically, the finalize method belongs to object class. We are overriding the finalize method. As an Eclipse IDE, here they will put like override annotation to represent this is the override method. Belongs to which class, guys? Here object class basically. See the message here, the system dot out dot print and off. Here you can get the message like garbage object destroyed, something like this. Object what destroyed, right? Something like you got the message like yeah. So system.json. Is it clear now? So once the usage is completed, give the object to the garbage collector. Yeah. Once the usage is completed, give the object to garbage collector, guys. We are calling system.gc, right? Just before destroying the object, guys. Before destroying the object. Here, how many objects are eligible to garbage collector? Total 2 objects, right? Before destroying the objects, yes, before destroying the object, the garbage collector will call the finalize method in that object case, which is like last wish of the object, right? The last task is done by object. Before destroying the object, any last functionality is there. You can make that last function using finalize method, because the finalize method will be executed. Yes, because the finalize method will be executed before destroying the object, right? Before destroying the object. If really 2 objects are destroyed, means what? Before destroying this object, this finalize method got executed. Before destroying the second object also, finalize method got executed, right? Exactly, guys. So we decided like the finalize method will be executed. Tell me, guys, the finalize method will be executed. When it will be executed, guys? The finalize method will be executed just before destroying what? Guys, finalize method got executed just before destroying the object. Right? Exactly, guys. Good. Because if you run this code now, code is compiled fine, code executed fine. We got some issue like deprecate API, guys. This is a warning message or something like not to deprecate API. We will see what the deprecate API. Yes, but if you run this code, we got the message like object destroyed method. Here finalize method got executed how many times total? Guys, finalize method got executed how many times? Total 2 times, right? Because how many objects are eligible to garbage collector total? 2 objects, right? That's what the finalize method got executed twice.
Ratan sir, can you put this system.gc function just after you have created T1 and T2 at the third place before system.out.println T1? Yes.
Here, huh?
No, above it and above it.
Yeah.
The third place. After no, not here. Before this system.
Line number?
Line number 15 at 15.
Here, huh?
Yes.
Here means what the value? Then code is compiled fine. Java the classes for which class?
Destroyed.
No, object will not destroy, right?
Why, sir?
Finalize method not executed.
When why it was not executed?
Still it is referencing.
Still the referencing is what this won't be destroyed, right? Why here means now here assign to null, right?
No, sir. You just told that if we want to do it immediately, then we use .system.gc. Now
even
it is not getting destroyed. That's why I have just put this. change the
What the
position of
meaning
that
of
function.
immediately means, even see, these eligible to garbage collector, right? These two are eligible to garbage collector, right? Even though these are eligible to garbage collector, but the garbage collector may not destroy the objects immediately, even though it is eligible.
Hmm.
The things are eligible, those things only will be deleted actually. T1 equal null, T2 equal null means what? Even though these are eligible, garbage collector may not delete the data immediately. If you need immediate process, then we are calling system.gc. That's the meaning actually. It doesn't
So,
like after
sir, we
creation
can,
directly delete it.
okay. So, sir, we can say that first GC will see that it has null value or not. I mean, we can consider this because because T1 here has null value, T2 has null value, but before giving them null values, it is not getting executed. After assigning the null values, null to that T1,
But you're
it
not
is getting
understanding the
executed.
concept first of all. It means that you are not understanding the point actually. You're completely misunderstanding the concept. Initially, T1 is pointing this object, right? T2 is pointing this object, right? This T1, T2 point these objects initially. It means now it is having the objects actually, which is having the memory addresses also. It's fine. Now T1 equal null in the sense, now initially T1 is pointing to object, right? Now T1 is pointing to object, T1 is pointing to empty null value.
Null value.
Now T1 is pointing to null value, but previously T1 is pointing null value object, right? When now the T1 is pointing to null, then this object is having any reference now?
No.
This is eligible to garbage collector. This value, this object is eligible. Line number 12, this object is eligible to garbage collector. It doesn't mean like this is the pointing. This is the values. This is the object eligible to garbage collector.
Okay, sir. Okay, I got it now.
T2 equal null means what? Previously
I
Q2
got
is
it now.
pointing to object. Now it is point null. Now it is point null means
I
what?
got it.
Empty locations. Now this object is eligible to garbage collector. Then this
I
object is
got your
eligible to
point.
garbage collector, right?
Sir, can you write a third? Can you create a third object also? T3.
Test T3 equal to new test of test T3 equal what? New test of. That's it. What
And
we will
yeah,
do? We don't assign
can print the value of T3 before GC is executed.
before this. If you print the T3, what the problem is here?
Yes, here.
In the system that it's available, right? Then what the problem in the T3 and just time is there. Then you can
Yes.
compile this code. Definitely code is compiled fine. Definitely code executed fine. Something memory
Not
address is there.
yes. That's what I was looking for. So, no, T3 is not destroyed. Yeah.
Because TST we are not giving to object memory.
Yes.
T3 is point object, right? That won't be destroyed. It's fine. Yes. Is that clear now? So if you need immediate process, we are calling the system.gc. When you call a GC, when the finalize method got executed here, finalize method got executed.
Before destroying the object.
Before destroying what? Before destroying the object, right? Exactly. Before destroying the object, the finalize method got executed, right? So total 2 objects are destroyed means how many times the finalize method got executed total? 2 times, right? Exactly. 2 times got executed, right?
Sir, here you have override the finalize method of the object class, right? Okay.
Good. And even they are saying like present situation, memory that not as much important, guys. I think they are saying like no need to override the finalize method also. So it's saying like deprecated AP, right? What is the deprecated AP means? How can you see the deprecated AP means recompile application with the XLINT something like this, right? Exactly. And then you can compile this code using XLINT. So the application is called what? Test.java. Read that message of deprecation, guys. So which one is deprecation, guys? Warning, deprecation. Finalize in object. Finalize maybe belongs to which class, guys? Here object has been deprecated. Has been what? Deprecated, right? Because we are not writing the finalize method to write the logic and all, right? Like that. Because if you go for this is like Java hyphen version, the version of the Java is like 15th version I'm using. If you go for the Java 8, 9, 10 also, it's not deprecated, guys. But Java 12th, I think, 12th or 11th, I think. 11 or 12th version onwards, this is a deprecated message. Good. So anyway, we got the clarity. Like initially we have the objects. Now it is point null means what these objects having no references. Then this is eligible to garbage collector. When these are eligible to garbage collector internally destroy the objects. But you don't want internal process sometime after some time. You need immediate process means. Then you can call the garbage collector. Then garbage collector destroy this useless objects, right? Garbage collector. Yes, don't think
Ratan sir,
like when we are. Uh,
Ratan sir, deprecated means this method, finalist method, is not applicable anymore to the new versions of Java, right?
the Java, this is also one of the headache actually. Deprecate in the sense the data present, but that is saying like there is no not useful actually.
Okay,
Data is
sir.
present but not useful.
Not usable. Okay, sir.
But Java 1.0 up to 1.6 means what almost all 95 to 2020, almost on 25 30 years, right? So we have a huge number of classes, huge number of data. The thing is like if they are rewrite the product, that will be better actually. Only the things which are useful new Java. If this is the Java means this is like too worst Java actually. Because here we have to learn the old things and we have to learn the new things, and it will take the huge time to complete this all the classes and to get the clarity about the complete data, right?
Exactly,
That's
sir.
what the real-time employees means. They know like what they have to use, just they'll Google and they'll put the code, right? They never study like point by point and all, right? But the student level, the guys who are taking the classes, what they will do, they learn like step by step. They learn like step by step means what they start from the 1.0 version class onwards. They are moving to higher level. Then the API becomes a huge API, right? And definitely the old data which is not useful, the new data is useful. But still, the most of the 90% students will focus on the old data only. Yeah, mid-paid classes means only basic students, right? And even the faculties also normal. The faculties will teach you only the basic concepts, because the basic concepts the students will able to understand immediately. If you go for the advanced concepts, students may not understand. The students are may not understand means what they will decide the teacher is not good, right?
Exactly, sir.
That's what the issue. That's what the good approach for the Java developers, like the Oracle Corporation. If they rewrite the complete Java with one version, that will be the great actually. The only the things which are we are using actually, right? Almost all Java
Exactly, sir.
contains the 10,000 classes are there, predefined classes. Who will learn these 10,000 classes? Tell me. Every class
No.
contains methods. Almost all Java contains 7 lakhs methods. Only core Java. If you see the
7
API
lakh.
clearly.
So only one person can learn all this. So Ratan sir can learn. I mean, we are not.
Only Robo is possible, man. Even I don't know.
Ratan sir, you are very, very genius. You know many
Very good.
languages. I mean, you have good command over
Very.
all the things.
But no one will have the command in 10,000 classes, right? That's what the main thing is. The headache process in Java is nowadays. This is a headache process. That's what if we rewrite the complete Java with one version, the things which are newly available, then that will be better, right? Then we will learn the things and we'll apply the things in a project directly instead of learning like unnecessary things and all, right? Exactly. Because in this example, we decided like create the object, use the object. Once user is completed, give the object to garbage collector. T equals null means what, guys? Initially pointed T1 is object, now it is pointed null. In this object eligible to garbage collector, guys. If you need immediate process means what you are calling system.gc method, right? System.gc method means what happened, guys? Garbage collector before destroying the object, garbage collector will call which method, guys? Here, finalize method, right? Exactly, guys. One small point here, in finalize method, we got the exception here. In finalize method, when you got the exception, then what happened? Tell me. The system dot out dot println of 10 by 0. Just when this finalize method executed, the finalize method got executed before destroying object or after destroying object?
Before destroying.
Before destroying the object, right? Before destroying the object, finalize method got executed. Before destroying the object, finalize method got executed means, but finalize method you got exception, right? Now object destroyed or not destroyed? That's the question. Yes, now object is destroyed or not destroyed? Now object is destroyed or not destroyed?
Exception means rest of the
Yeah,
application.
exception means program delivered abnormally, right? Then before destroying, see, still object is not destroyed, right? Before destroying object only, finalize method got executed. Finalize method regard the exception. Finalize method regard the exception means then what happened here? Object destroyed, not destroyed. Object destroyed, not destroyed means definitely maybe you're thinking like object is not destroyed. But if you compile this code, code is compiled fine, no problem at all, and even code executed fine. Object destroyed, not destroyed, guys. Objects are destroyed, right? Exactly. The reason is like finalize method is like last wish of the object. Before destroying the object, the finalize method executing, right? It means the finalize method should be meaningful, guys. Because the finalize method data should be meaningful, right? Because the finalize method data should be what? Meaningful, right? Yeah, in finalize method, if any exceptions rise, guys, those exceptions will be ignored and objects will be destroyed, guys. Because in finalize method, if any exceptions are raised, in finalize method, if any exceptions are raised, those exceptions are ignored and objects will be destroyed, right? Is it clear now? That's what the finalize should be meaningful, guys. If it is not meaningful, if any exceptions got occurred, those exceptions are ignored actually, ignored by JVM. Very clear now? Ignored by JVM, right? Exactly. Guys, in C language, CP language, Java language, memory allocation instructions, and garbage collector main responsibilities are collect the garbage. What do you mean garbage means? An object without reference is called garbage, right? Total 3 steps you have to create the object, use the object, create the object and use the object. Once the usage is completed, give the object to the garbage collector, right? Give the once the usage is completed, give the object to garbage collector, right? Exactly. Because there are 4 ways you can give the object to garbage collector. Yeah, we know like hash code data, hash code method and all. You try to check these points, guys. If you try to check this point, we'll meet in tomorrow class. We have the runtime class also to call the garbage collector, and we'll take the runtime class and we'll complete the tomorrow garbage collector. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye, sir.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.